You know what you just stumbled upon today? The most important information you're going to learn in your life. Because do you guys believe in God? Come here real quick. Let me ask you a question. Who's this right here? Come over here. Come over here. Don't be a stranger. Let's be your brothers. All right? Who is this guy? They say that's Jesus, right? Now, I'm going to ask you a question. Is that how Jesus is described in the Bible? Your dad told you what? Your dad on point. Where your dad at? He need to be out here with us. Right. Because the crazy part about it is your dad told you the truth, right? But you were still able to identify him with Christ. You see the problem with that? Because nowhere in the Bible are you going to read about a white Christ. Now, I know your moms are white, right? Not going to, that's your mom, love her, okay? But at the end of the day, in the Bible, there's truth. In these churches, there's lies, okay? Now, come over here and look at these signs real quick. Because God in the Bible, right, he said you're not supposed to commingle races. You know why? Because at the end of the day, who did this to black people? So now, does it make sense that they were beating the heck out of us, raping our women? They would sell you guys. Did you know that? If a white man's daughter got pregnant by a slave, do you know what they would do to the slave? They would kill him. And then they would still make her kid work in the field. Just because they were quote unquote mixed, that didn't stop them from being mean to them. You see that? So now does it make sense 180 years, 100 years after slavery to now go marry the same people that destroyed your people? Does that really make sense? No, it doesn't, right? So now you got to ask yourself, because I don't want you to, because you're still young, so I'm not trying to offend you. I'm just trying to give you perspective, right? So watch this. Let me show you the problem with this image, because you guys have black fathers. You know what that makes you automatically? Black, quote unquote, right? Because let's say, give me Numbers 1 and 18. Bring it up! Because in the Bible, lineage, see, we don't preach skin color, right? You see how light skinned he is? Now, right behind him, there's somebody darker than dark, right? There's him right here, really, really dark, right? But you see a really, really light skinned brother. You see me, I'm brown skinned. I'm in the middle of those two, right? So we don't preach color. Look across the street. Officer E. Officer E. He's so-called Hispanic, right? Light skinned. So we're not out here preaching color. It's not a color thing. It's all about your bloodline. We're teaching you about a royal bloodline that God created and put on this earth, okay? Now I want to show you, according to the Bible, the bloodline is determined by the father. Because you as women, you guys don't carry seed. Because they're all right, come over here. Don't be scared. They're learning. You see that? What happens is people get, that's fine. But what you're learning right now is the best thing you can learn. So don't let them pull you away from this. Because I don't want you to leave until you understand who you actually are. Because black is a color in a crown box, right? You're very light skinned. Your coat is black. How are we calling ourselves black? I'm brown, right? Mom, is your mom this color? Come here real quick. Let me see that flyer. Is your mom this color right here? No. There's no such thing as black and white. You hear me? I'm gonna wait for you because I don't want you to miss this message. You paying attention still? Okay, so look, read this. Watch this.
The book of Numbers, chapter 1, verse 13.
Bring it out!
And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers.
It says they declared their pedigree, their lineage, by the house of their father, right? Because man holds the seed, and the woman does what? She gets pregnant from a man's seed, right?
Right.
But if I plant an apple tree in Asia, Europe, or Africa, what's going to grow? What type of tree is going to grow? An apple tree, right? Now, due to the climate or the soil that it's in, the apple tree may grow and have different characteristics, but it produces the same fruit. It's the same way if a so-called black man puts a baby in a so-called white woman or an Asian woman. Y'all paying attention? If she puts a baby in a so-called white woman or an Asian woman or a so-called Mexican woman, it's still a black man's seed. So it's still the lineage of that baby is going to be what? the black man, right? They might look a little different. The one in the Asian might have tighter eyes, right? And the other one may have different features, but you're still going to be a black man's baby. So, Exodus 23:2.
Bring it out.
5 minutes. They're not going to leave you. Oh. Oh, her mom's here. Okay. Read that real quick. Last verse.
The book of Exodus, chapter 23, verse 2. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to wrest judgment.
So these are things that we have to teach our kids because there's gangs out here. You have friends at your age. I've been your age before. You got friends that will try to encourage you to have sex, maybe drink, smoke weed. Read that again. Look what the Bible tells you not to do, right? Read.
Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil.
So the Bible's telling you, young princesses, don't follow people in their evil. If they're trying to get you to do stuff that's not okay with God, the Bible says don't do it. They're not your friends. They're not. I got family members that I had to cut off. You know why? Because they smoke, they womanize, they go have sex with random women all the time. They drink, they gangbang, they sell drugs. So you know what I had to do? Since I wanted to follow the true God, I had to cut them off.
What is the nation?
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.